Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a good man here. He's a good man, he's a good husband, he's a good father, he's a good grandfather, and he's going to make a great state representative. So without any further ado, Mike Eason.
Obviously, I want to thank Senator Johns. We have a 45-year relationship. We go back to the years, as I told my children, I was the director of transportation. But Ronnie and I became friends when he was a pharmacist. And I tell you what, we became a friendship that endures forever. I want to also begin the right way. I want to thank John and Cinda Noble for opening your beautiful home. This is phenomenal what you've done tonight. I appreciate your support, and I'm just overwhelmed by what you've done tonight. Thank you very much. I'm going to also begin the right way. Every husband, especially after 33 years, recognizes their strengths and they recognize their weaknesses. And I'm going to bring up my partner, my best friend, and my spouse of 33 years, Eason. Also, I want to tell y'all a quick story. I visited with Rick Richard. I think we all know what's going on with Rick. I think he's doing pretty well, and so Godspeed on his health recovery. But I was visiting with Rick on what I was doing tonight, and he said, you know, I'm going to be with you, Mike, 100%. But I got to tell you, there's one person that you can't beat. I said, well, Rick, who's that? And he said, your lovely wife, Mary Kay. He said, she won't run against you, so that you got that in your favor. I said, you're right, Rick. I agree with you 100%. Also, I have with me quite a few members of my family. My daughter, Kelly. Her husband, Blake, is here. Kristen is also here, my daughter. Her husband, Asim, works for Exxon. He's in Houston tonight, so he wasn't able to join us. But I'd like to ask my entire family to come up here. You know, this is not something I'm doing by myself. It's a sacrifice for me, absolutely. It's a sacrifice for my wife, but it's a sacrifice for them also. I can't do this alone without a lot of help. And so I'm asking them to come up here as we talk about what we're going to try to do. Did we lose it? Okay, he's probably. Tonight, I am announcing my candidacy for District 36 House of Representatives. Obviously, we know this is Mark Abraham's seat. Mark's moving over to Brandon Blade Marsh's seat. He's turned out. You know, so I am going to do this for the first time in my lifetime. Let me tell you what I'm not. I'm not a politician. I have never run for office in my 63 years of life. But here's what I am. I'm a 39-year businessman. I've worked for 4 different Fortune 500 companies. I managed a Fortune 500 company with $2 billion of assets, and that is with a B, not an M. I know how to make tough decisions. I've been making them all of my life. Let me give you a little example of some of the decisions I made through my years. I think we can all remember 1987. Biggest drop in the stock market in the history, 22% one day. I saw my life pass in front of me. That being said, I went back and went to my training, my years of experience, and we made the right decisions for the people that we represented. Fast forward, 2001. We all know what happened in 2001, 9/11. The United States was attacked. 2 planes landed in Wall Street. They shut Wall Street down for 4 days. None of us had any idea what to expect when it reopened. Same thing. We went back to our training, our experience, and we made decisions in the best interest of our clients, and they were the right decisions. On a side note, 3 days after 9/11 was my 16th anniversary of our wedding, my wife and I. Our plans were to go to New Orleans. I want you to understand how I make decisions. She comes to me and she said, Mike, do we need to change our plans? I said, no, we're not changing our plans. That's exactly what they want us to do. Our anniversary is September 14th. We're going to New Orleans as we planned, and we will celebrate our anniversary. And it was the right decision. The last decision I want to bring you about, I think everybody remembers 2005, Hurricane Rita. Wasn't a pleasant experience for any of us. I picked up the phone, called my home office, And I said, in an emergency situation, whose decision is it to close an office? They said, well, that's a local decision. I said, well, you know, I actually thought that was the correct answer. I said, so I've made a decision. I'm closing this office for the next 2 days. They said, Mike, do you have any idea what that's gonna cost us to close that office? That has never happened in the city of Lake Charles. I said, for the welfare of my employees, the safety of them, I've made the decision. We'll deal with it later. 12 hours later, Rita was coming right at us. It was the right decision. That's how I make decisions. I look at the big picture and I make decisions based on the benefit of every girl. I gotta tell you that I would love to work with these guys in this delegation. This is a shining light, Southwest Louisiana. Anywhere I go in the state, we have a reputation. To work with these guys would be an honor to me. I could learn so much from them. Obviously, I have a different background. That's why I'm doing this. I think I bring something different to the table that may help what we're trying to accomplish over here. But I would absolutely be honored to work with every one of these guys. One of the things I truly believe is the success of Louisiana is dependent upon 2 things. I think you gotta have great leadership, and coupled with great leadership, you gotta have great communication skills. A leader can convey his message, he creates a vision, but he's gotta get buy-in. If he doesn't get buy-in, he's not gonna accomplish anything. But if he gets buy-in with his communication skills, you can accomplish a lot. And I'm gonna give you an example of what I consider to be outstanding leadership and communication right here in Southwest Louisiana right now. We all know what's going on with Interstate 210. That is not a pleasant experience for one single person here. But I want to applaud the leadership and all the decision makers that have communicated exactly what's coming, what to expect, and it has been absolutely phenomenal what I've seen them accomplish in a very short period of time in a very difficult situation. But I want to add one other thing they've done. They took public and private money and put it together and created a pool of money as an incentive for that contractor to finish early. Lo and behold, we went from 3 years to 1 year. And I think that shows outstanding teamwork and leadership, and I want to applaud them for those decisions. One other thing I'd like to address is the budget. Kudos to our elected delegation. We have a budget in place for the next 6 years. It was 7 years, we've got 6 years left. Some people would look at that as an opportunity to relax, maybe no special sessions, no mid-year budget cuts. Myself, I look at that as an opportunity. The problem still exists that created that. This is an opportunity, if the elected officials have a desire to do so. I would love to be a part of creating a long-term solution so we don't deal with this year in and year out. My background is finance. I operate under a fiduciary standard. Here's what that means. I have to operate in the best interest of the people I represent. And I feel the same way with taxpayer dollars. I pay taxes just like everybody in this room. And we should spend those dollars exactly the same way that we spend our own dollars. The thing I'd like to add, when we make our decisions as to what is important to this state, what are our priorities? We've got to be able to direct those dollars. But equally important to directing those dollars, we need to be able to evaluate those results. We need to see that we're getting what we paid for. And that's what I'm going to bring to the table. I look for accountability, and I think that's extremely important. I've managed through expansion towns. I've managed through contractions. Both sides are different. It is a lot easier to make a decision being proactive than reactive. And I think if we plan ahead, we can get a lot more like a business works. One of the big things I really believe in this community is giving back to the community. I've done that my entire life. I was a part of the Chenal Industrial Air Park Authority as a commissioner. I think we all know the economic impact Chenal brings to the table, the number of jobs they've created in this area. There's no learning curve for me there. I think Kevin and his group do an outstanding job over there, and I think we need to continue to support them. Healthcare. I've served on the hospital board. I understand the benefits of healthcare. Christus St. Patrick's Hospital for 6 years. I was board chair for 2 years. No, John, I'm not a doctor. But I understand what you deal with every day, and I appreciate what they do every day. Healthcare is an absolute necessity, and I support it 100%. Moss Regional Hospital, we all know what Moss Regional Hospital does. My mother was an employee at Moss Regional Hospital for many years, so I appreciate what they do. They serve an area of the population we have to continue to support. So Lost Regional, I'm with you also. The last part that I'm a part of is the Port of Lake Charles. I'm on the Board of Commissioners of the Port of Lake Charles. Currently, the president of the board. We make tough decisions every single day over there. Those are taxpayer dollars that we're dealing with. It's a $41 million entity. Just to the west of here is that ship channel that supports every one of these industries. Just to the north of us, thousands of employees. That is extremely important that we maintain that. My daughter is an engineer in one of the industries. I know how important that is to make sure that product comes up that ship channel. So again, no learning curve for me on this at all. I will provide strong, effective leadership. I am a Republican, but I believe that I believe that you can use business principles even in governmental accounting. I'm a budget guy. I understand how it works. I understand a business cycle. I understand where we are in a business cycle, and that's extremely important as you make decisions. You know, so I will apply those 39 years of business experience as I make my decisions in county leadership. I gotta tell you, I'm overwhelmed by the support we have tonight. I appreciate my entire family for being here. I couldn't do it without them. I couldn't do this without John and Cinda. It's greatly appreciated what you've done. But I believe Louisiana can be better than we are. I know we can be better than we are. With your help, obviously you support me tonight, but I need your continued support going forward. We will be successful on October the 12th. That is my wife's birthday, by the way. But when I look forward, this is my vision for Louisiana. We create a state that opportunity exists for everybody in this room, for everybody's children in this room, and for everybody's grandchildren in this room. One thing, if you don't know me very well, I absolutely will not be outworked. As far as I'm concerned, I am in last place in everything I do until it's over. And with your help, we will be successful on October the 12th. I appreciate everybody being here tonight, and with your help, we will move forward on October 12th.